Hello, I'm Natalie MacDonald and you're watching Sydney Direct on Dukascopy TV. Robert McLean of Philanthropy Australia believes that the coming decade could be Australia's golden age for philanthropic investment. He'll be speaking at the Financial Services Council's annual conference taking place in a few weeks' time at the Gold Coast, but I caught up with Robert ahead of that conference to get the inside track. Rob, thank you so much for taking the time to chat to Dukascopy TV today. Much appreciated.
My pleasure.
Okay, so we're talking about philanthropic investment and what you deem to be, we could be coming into the golden age of philanthropic investment. Walk us through the development that you've seen within the Australian sector and why you see the next decade as being that golden age.
Well, I think there's three factors at work here. One is that our population's ageing and we're going through a major intergenerational wealth transfer. And what that means is we're going to see a significant amount of philanthropy coming in the form of bequests. Now, typically, some 6 to 7% of wills have a charitable bequest, but as we are getting to the point where we've accumulated significant amounts of wealth, that's going to be a large amount of money. The second factor is that there's a big societal change that means that many more people are giving while they're living. And the best, I think, evidence of that is that we now, in the space of a bit over 14 years, have some 1,250 private ancillary funds that have got some $3 billion in funds invested. And we've also got, I think, some very significant factors of people who have been successful who are making, I guess, what I'd call signature gifts. And they tend to be people, the ones like Graham Tuckwell associated with ANU, or Barry Lambert from Count with his significant contribution of $33 million to Sydney University. Now that's, I think, a very big change. The third factor is that there's a whole range of product that's starting to emerge that sits under that loose term of impact investing, that allow people to have a philanthropic contribution as well as earning a financial return. Now those, they're the three things that I think are very different to what we've seen in previous decades, and that's why I call it the coming golden age.
Does it take a certain type of investor or someone from a certain background to be able to see past sort of your traditional financial instruments for investment and see sort of the good in a community or an organization and to be able to see beyond that and go towards those impact investment opportunities?
Well, I think we come at it in different ways with our own experience, and sometimes there'll be an experience you have with a disease in the family, or it may be some financial hardships you've seen that draws you to a particular organisation. And once you get drawn to that organisation, there's a lot of people who you'll want to talk to about how you can help. And sometimes, that can be in the form of a guarantee, or these conversations emerge about, what kind of philanthropic products may be able to help. Other times it's going to be, with a financial advisor who makes people aware of, did you know about the new PIN bond with out-of-home care, that you just may not have been aware that some of these products or structures existed.
So walk us through then how you see wealth managers and even their clients looking to position impact investment within a portfolio then sort of in the coming future.
Well, I think at the moment the easiest place to put impact investing products is in what is typically called alternatives. But I know that people who have thought about this would expect in time that we'll see impact investing debt, we'll see impact investing private equity, and quite a wide range of structures. But that range of product isn't there today, and I think it's pretty easy. The Murray-Darling Water Fund that Nature Conservancy is going to offer shortly will have both a yield in the order of 5 to 6%, and capital gain in the order of 4 to 5%. And that's a product that isn't correlated to equities, and I think can sit quite comfortably in an alternative investment bucket.
Now, we're going to be hearing from you at the Financial Services Council's annual conference in the Gold Coast coming up. What's the key message that you would like to give attendees at the conference?
Well, what I think is at this point, when if it is going to be a golden age, as I've proposed, the question for, I think, wealth managers and financial planners is, what part are you going to play in it? And are you going to invest the time and in some cases to be bold, to nudge your clients, to understand the structures, to think about how the people that you're serving are going to be able to play a role in this golden era.
Robert, thank you so much for your time today. We look forward to catching up with you again at the Gold Coast.
Thank you, Natalie.
Our thanks to Robert McLean of Philanthropy Australia for his time. We'll be catching up with Robert at the Financial Services Council's annual conference taking place in just a few weeks. For now, though, it's goodbye from me.